everyone, my name is Camila. I work as a receptionist at Instituto Chileno Norteamericano Viña del Mar branch. I'm also an English-Spanish interpreter and a writer, so I'm gonna give you a few tips on how to improve your communication. Now, there are two parts to communication: verbal communication and nonverbal. Verbal communication are the words that you use, and the nonverbal are the gestures, the emotions, the body language associated with the word. For example, if you say hi, the verbal communication will be the word hi. The nonverbal communication will be how you express the hi, if you're welcoming, if you open your arms, if you're looking at the person while talking or while welcoming them. And it also has to do with the tone that you use. If you say hi and you're very enthusiastic, you're telling the person that you're happy to see them, even though you're not saying, hi, I'm happy to see you. If you just say hi and you're very dry and you're not really welcoming, you are gonna let the person know that you're not truly happy with them. Now, in every communication setting, you're going to use a lot of aspects. Now, you're going to use both the nonverbal communication, the verbal communication, sometimes just the gesture. If you say that you're okay, you can just go like, and that will be all. Everyone will understand that you're okay without even saying it. So it's easy when you're talking, right? It's easy when you're looking at the person and you're listening to the person because you have a context, because you have output, right? Now, when you write, it's much more complicated because you're not really seeing anyone, you're not really listening to everyone. So a plain hi will not be enough to determine if the person is actually being happy or sad to see you or if it's angry. So this is where the context of the word comes into place. If you, for example, in narrative, you can describe it. You can say hi and add she said angrily or she said happily, and you will have the context in which the hi is being said. Now, you cannot always do that because not every paper is descriptive. So the important thing is to find the right words. And that goes with the tone of the words. You can also find tone associated with certain words. And that is related to the denotation of the word, that is the direct meaning, the one you find in the dictionary, and the connotation of the word. The connotation is the most important because it gives you the emotional basis of the word. For example, if you say, let's use the word house and home, for example. If you say she has a beautiful house, you're probably gonna think about a very beautiful physical house, right? Like it has beautiful windows, it has a nice color, it has a yard, whatever you find beautiful, that will be. Now, if you say she has a good or a beautiful home is more associated with an emotional response. A home is something that you build with your family, with your context, with your emotions. You have a stable home, you have a sweet family. So both words technically mean the same. It's a place where you live. But they both have very different outputs. One is more physical, the other one is more emotional. And you understand those words differently. And therefore you will understand the sentence differently too. Now, it is important to pick the right words, not only because of what they make you feel or the connotation that they have, but also within the meaning. There are some words that need to be used in certain contexts. For example, let's take conducir, the word in Spanish, conducir. You can use them as to drive or to conduct. Now, you can drive a car, but you cannot drive a study or a research. When you drive a car, that's okay, but you cannot drive a research. You have to conduct a research. Drive and conduct mean conducir, but they're used in different settings. So it is important that you find the right word for the right idea or the right sentence. Now, to sum up a little bit about what I just said, there are three important aspects of communication. First, you need to understand the context. The context will be given by the kind of words that you use, if it's formal or informal, if it's more casual, if you have a more, like if you're in an office or school or among friends. Number 2, you have to be culturally aware. You have to understand where you're expressing this idea. You cannot use the same symbols or words in every single culture because they all may have different meanings. Finally, it is important to develop vocabulary, and that is done through practice and study. So that's it for me. I hope this tidbit kind of helped you a little bit. Now I'm gonna switch into Spanish. Tenemos varios cursos de inglés en nuestro instituto, así que te invito a informarte acerca de ellos. Puedes partir con un curso de acuerdo a tu nivel a través de una evaluación en la que te vamos a indicar en cuál de nuestros niveles estás en base a la escala. Y si solamente necesitas practicar el inglés que ya conoces, si tienes una base idiomática suficiente, puedes participar en nuestros nuevos talleres que son los Tech Talks. Vamos a tener temas bastante interesantes que vas a poder discutir con tu profesor y tus compañeros. Todos nuestros cursos están disponibles en modalidad in-home, eso significa que las puedes tomar desde casa. Y bueno, si tienes alguna duda, consulta, contáctanos a través de nuestros canales oficiales en Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, la página oficial chilenonorteamericano.cl. Así que recuerda, stay home, learn English y nos vemos en la próxima. Gracias.